The small town of Sleepy Hollow was known for its picturesque streets, charming old houses, and the eerie legend that hung over it like a shroud. Every year, as Halloween approached, the whispers of the town's haunted past grew louder. Among the most chilling tales was the story of the Headless Horseman, a spectral figure said to haunt the forests and roads of Sleepy Hollow, seeking vengeance on the living. Our story begins with a group of friends, Clara, Ethan, Lucas, and Ava, who had always been fascinated by the supernatural. They had grown up hearing the stories of the Headless Horseman, but they had never dared to investigate them. This year, however, they decided to face their fears and uncover the truth behind the legend. It was a crisp October evening, and the friends had gathered at Clara's house to plan their Halloween adventure. The sun had just set, casting long shadows across the room. A sense of excitement and unease hung in the air. "Are we really going to do this?" Ava asked, her voice trembling with a mix of fear and excitement. Ethan grinned. "Come on, Ava. It's just a bunch of old ghost stories. What's the worst that could happen?" Clara, the most curious of the group, spoke up. "I've been doing some research, and I found an old map that shows the supposed path of the Headless Horseman. If we follow it, we might actually see something." Lucas, ever the skeptic, rolled his eyes. "It's all just folklore. But if you guys are up for it, I'm in." With their plan set, the friends gathered their supplies and made their way to the haunted forest on the outskirts of town. The moon hung low in the sky, casting an eerie glow over the trees. The air was thick with anticipation as they approached the dark and foreboding woods. The forest was silent, save for the rustling of the leaves in the wind. The friends made their way to a clearing in the center, where an ancient oak tree stood. Clara took out the old map she had found in the town's library and spread it out on the ground. "According to the legend, the Headless Horseman rides this path every Halloween night," Clara explained, tracing a finger along the winding trail on the map. "If we camp here, we might be able to see him." Ethan, Lucas, and Ava exchanged nervous glances, their excitement tempered by a growing sense of dread. They set up their tents and built a small fire, the flickering flames casting eerie shadows on the surrounding trees. As the night grew darker, the friends huddled around the fire, their voices low as they discussed the legend of the Headless Horseman. Clara shared the details she had uncovered in her research, painting a vivid picture of the spectral rider who haunted the town of Sleepy Hollow. "The Headless Horseman is said to be the spirit of a Hessian soldier who was decapitated during the Revolutionary War," Clara explained. "He searches for his lost head, and anyone who crosses his path is in grave danger." Lucas scoffed. "It's just a story, Clara. There's no such thing as a Headless Horseman." But as the wind picked up and the fire crackled, a chill ran down their spines. The forest seemed to come alive with whispers and rustling sounds, and the friends couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The friends settled in for the night, their sleeping bags arranged in a circle around the fire. Despite their unease, they tried to keep their spirits up by telling jokes and sharing stories. But as the night wore on, the eerie atmosphere of the forest began to take its toll. It started with small, unsettling occurrences. The fire would flicker and sputter for no apparent reason, and strange rustling sounds could be heard among the trees. Clara's flashlight flickered and then went out, plunging their camp into darkness until Ethan quickly relit it. "Must be low on batteries," Clara said with a forced laugh, though her hands trembled as she adjusted the flashlight. As the night grew darker, the friends became increasingly aware of their isolation. The tall trees seemed to close in around them, and the soft rustling sounds grew louder and more insistent. The air grew colder, and a thick fog began to roll in, obscuring their view. Ava, who had been sitting quietly by the fire, suddenly gasped. "Did you see that?" she whispered, pointing toward the edge of the clearing. The others turned to look, their flashlights sweeping across the trees. For a moment, they saw nothing. But then, out of the corner of their eyes, they caught a glimpse of movement. A shadowy figure, tall and imposing, seemed to move among the trees. "Okay, that's creepy," Lucas muttered. The friends stood frozen, their eyes locked on the shadowy figure that seemed to be watching them. The eerie glow from the fog sent chills down their spines. Clara's heart pounded in her chest as she tried to process what they had just witnessed. "Did you all see that?" Ethan asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Ava nodded, her face pale. It moved. I swear it moved. Determined to keep their fear at bay, Clara took a deep breath and stepped closer to the edge of the clearing. She shone her flashlight on the figure, illuminating its form. It was a headless rider, dressed in tattered Revolutionary War attire, mounted on a black horse. "It's the Headless Horseman," Clara whispered, her voice filled with awe and dread. The friends watched in stunned silence as the Headless Horseman rode through the clearing, his spectral form barely visible through the thick fog. The air grew colder, and a sense of dread settled over them. Clara's heart raced as she realized they were witnessing the manifestation of a centuries-old legend. Determined to uncover the truth behind the Headless Horseman's haunting, the friends decided to investigate the history of the legend. They returned to the town's library, poring over old newspapers, records, and journals. What they discovered was a tale of betrayal, war, and tragedy. Many years ago, during the Revolutionary War, a Hessian soldier had been decapitated in battle near Sleepy Hollow. His head was never found, and his spirit was said to haunt the town, searching for his lost head. The soldier's name was Wilhelm von Brunn, and he had been known for his fierce loyalty and bravery. Ethan, Clara, Lucas, and Ava also learned about the town's founder, Ichabod Crane, who had been a schoolteacher and later a justice of the peace in Sleepy Hollow. Despite his seemingly respectable position, Ichabod had a dark side. He was known for his ambitious nature and his willingness to manipulate others to get what he wanted. It was rumored that Ichabod had played a role in the Hessian soldier's death, further fueling the horseman's vengeful spirit. The friends discovered that Ichabod had been obsessed with power and wealth. He had coveted the land on which Sleepy Hollow now stood, and he had gone to great lengths to secure it. During the Revolutionary War, Ichabod had betrayed Wilhelm von Brunn, leading the Hessian soldier into a deadly ambush. The betrayal had cost von Brunn his life, and his headless corpse had become a symbol of the horseman's eternal quest for vengeance. As the friends continued their research, they uncovered an old journal written by Ichabod himself. The journal detailed his ambitions, his betrayal of von Brunn, and the subsequent haunting of Sleepy Hollow. The final entry was particularly chilling. October 31st, 1790, the night of the horseman's return. I hear the sound of hooves in the distance, growing louder with each passing moment. The horseman is coming for me, and I fear there is no escape. I have brought this curse upon us all, and now we must pay the price. The friends realized that Ichabod's betrayal had not only cost von Brunn his life but had also cursed the town of Sleepy Hollow. The Headless Horseman was bound to return every Halloween night, seeking revenge on the descendants of those who had wronged him. Determined to uncover more about the curse and find a way to break it, the friends decided to investigate further. They returned to the haunted forest, armed with the knowledge they had gained from their research. As they made their way through the dense woods, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The air grew colder, and the eerie silence was occasionally broken by the distant sound of hooves. The friends knew they had to be cautious, but their curiosity drove them forward. They split up to cover more ground, each armed with a flashlight and a sense of determination. Clara and Ethan ventured deeper into the forest, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. As they walked, they noticed strange markings on the trees, symbols that matched those described in Ichabod's journal. The symbols seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and Clara felt a chill run down her spine. "These symbols must be part of the curse," Clara said, her voice trembling. "We need to find out what they mean." Meanwhile, Lucas and Ava explored a different part of the forest. They came upon an old, dilapidated cabin hidden among the trees. The cabin seemed to exude a dark energy, and the air grew colder as they approached. "This must be where Ichabod performed his rituals," Lucas said, his voice filled with awe and dread. "We need to search inside." They entered the cabin cautiously, their flashlights illuminating the decaying interior. The walls were covered in strange symbols, and the floor was littered with old books and papers. As they searched, Ava found an ancient, leather-bound book that seemed to radiate power. "This must be the key to breaking the curse," Ava said, her hands trembling as she opened the book. "We need to take this back to Clara and Ethan." With the ancient book in hand, the friends reconvened at their campsite in the clearing. They knew that they needed to conduct a séance to communicate with the spirit of the Headless Horseman and learn more about the curse. The air was thick with tension as they prepared for the ritual, their hearts pounding with anticipation. Clara took the lead, her voice steady as she began to recite the incantation from the ancient book. Spirits of the past, we call to thee. On this night of All Hallows' Eve, reveal thy presence, let us see. From shadows deep and graves so cold, come forth and let your story be told. The friends joined hands, their voices joining Clara's as they recited the incantation. The air grew colder, and a chill ran down their spines. Suddenly, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble, and the wind picked up, swirling leaves and debris around them. A faint glow appeared in the distance, growing brighter with each passing moment. The friends watched in awe and fear as ghostly figures emerged from the shadows, their eyes filled with sorrow and longing. The Headless Horseman appeared before them, his spectral form towering and menacing. His headless body seemed to emanate a dark energy, and the friends could feel his rage and sorrow. "Who are you?" Ethan asked, his voice trembling. The horseman's voice was a ghostly whisper. "I am Wilhelm von Brunn, the Headless Horseman. Betrayed and murdered by those I trusted, my spirit cannot find peace. I seek justice and my lost head." Clara stepped forward, her voice filled with determination. "We know what happened to you, Wilhelm. We want to help you find peace and break the curse." The horseman listened, his spectral form flickering in the moonlight. "The curse can only be broken by those who seek the truth and are willing to make amends for the past. You must confront the darkness that still lingers in this place." With Wilhelm von Brunn's words echoing in their minds, the friends knew that breaking the curse would not be easy. They needed to gather the necessary items for the ritual and confront the malevolent force that had bound the horseman's spirit to Sleepy Hollow. Returning to the old cabin, they searched for the items described in the ancient book: a piece of wood from the cabin, a vial of water from the forest's sacred spring, a bundle of herbs, and a piece of parchment with Wilhelm's name written in ancient runes. As they gathered the items, they could feel the presence of the horseman watching over them, guiding their actions. The air grew colder, and the forest seemed to come alive with whispers and rustling sounds. The friends could feel the malevolent force growing stronger, and they knew that they had to move quickly. Back at their campsite, they prepared for the ritual, arranging the items in a circle and lighting a small candle in the center. The air was thick with tension as they joined hands and began to recite the incantation from the ancient book. "Spirits of the past, hear our plea. We seek to right the wrongs and set you free. With this offering, we ask for your forgiveness. Release your hold on this place and find peace." As the final words were spoken, the air crackled with energy, and the ground beneath their feet began to tremble. The friends watched in awe as the items in the circle began to glow with an otherworldly light. The Headless Horseman appeared before them, his spectral form radiant and fierce. "You have the courage to seek the truth and make amends," Wilhelm's voice echoed. "The curse will be lifted, but you must confront the darkness that still lingers in this place." The friends felt a surge of determination as Wilhelm's words resonated in their hearts. They knew that they needed to confront the malevolent force that had bound the horseman's spirit to Sleepy Hollow. The air grew colder, and a sense of dread settled over them as they prepared for the final showdown. The ground beneath the ancient oak tree split open, revealing a dark, swirling vortex. From within the depths of the vortex, a shadowy figure emerged, Ichabod Crane's spirit, twisted and consumed by rage and hatred. His eyes blazed with a malevolent light, and his voice thundered through the night. "You dare to challenge me?" Ichabod's spirit roared. "You will pay for your insolence." Clara, Ethan, Lucas, and Ava stood their ground, their hearts pounding with fear and determination. They knew that they had to confront Ichabod's spirit and put an end to his malevolent influence once and for all. "We're not afraid of you, Ichabod Crane," Clara said, her voice strong and unwavering. "Your reign of terror is over. It's time for you to face the consequences of your actions." Ichabod's spirit let out a chilling laugh, his form flickering and distorting. The friends held hands, their voices joining together as they recited the incantation once more, calling on the spirits of the past to aid them in their battle. The air crackled with energy, and the ghostly figures of the wronged spirits surrounded the friends, their eyes filled with determination. Wilhelm von Brunn stepped forward, his gaze fixed on Ichabod's spirit. "Ichabod Crane, your time has come," Wilhelm's voice echoed through the night. "You have wronged many and caused untold suffering. It is time for you to face justice." With a final burst of energy, the friends and the spirits recited the incantation together. The air around them seemed to explode with light and sound, and the ground shook violently. Ichabod's spirit let out a final, anguished wail as he was consumed by the light, his malevolent presence dissipating into the night. With Ichabod's spirit vanquished and the curse lifted, the friends felt a sense of relief and accomplishment. The air was filled with a newfound sense of peace, and the once oppressive darkness seemed to dissipate. However, their journey was not yet over. They knew they had to ensure that the curse was truly broken and that the Headless Horseman's spirit could finally find rest. As the night wore on, the friends gathered around the ancient oak tree, the site of their final confrontation. The air was still, and the only sound was the gentle rustling of leaves in the breeze. The forest, once a place of fear and dread, now felt serene and tranquil. Ethan, Clara, Lucas, and Ava knew that they needed to perform one last ritual to seal the curse and ensure that Wilhelm von Brunn's spirit could find peace. They arranged the items they had gathered in a circle and lit a candle in the center. Clara took the lead, her voice steady as she began to recite the incantation from the ancient book. "Spirits of the past, we call to thee. With this offering, we set you free. May your souls find rest in the light, and may the darkness take flight." As the final words were spoken, the air crackled with energy, and the ground beneath their feet began to glow. The friends watched in awe as the ghostly figure of Wilhelm von Brunn appeared before them, his spectral form radiant and peaceful. "Thank you," Wilhelm's voice echoed, filled with gratitude. "You have broken the curse and set me free. The town of Sleepy Hollow will be forever grateful for your courage and determination." The friends watched as Wilhelm's spirit ascended into the light, his form fading into the night. The ancient oak tree, once a symbol of sorrow and torment, now stood as a testament to the power of truth and redemption. Just as they thought their ordeal was over, a sudden chill filled the air, and the ground began to tremble once more. The friends exchanged nervous glances, their sense of relief replaced by a growing sense of dread. From the depths of the forest, the sound of hooves echoed through the night. The friends turned to see the Headless Horseman riding towards them, his spectral form blazing with an otherworldly light. His headless body seemed to emanate a dark energy, and the friends could feel his rage and sorrow. "You dare to challenge me," the horseman's voice thundered. "You will pay for your insolence." The friends stood their ground, their hearts pounding with fear and determination. They knew that this was the final showdown, the moment when they would confront the malevolent force that had haunted Sleepy Hollow for generations. Clara stepped forward, her voice strong and unwavering. "We're not afraid of you, Wilhelm. Your quest for vengeance is over. It's time for you to find peace." The horseman's form flickered and distorted, his rage giving way to a sense of desperation. The friends held hands, their voices joining together as they recited the incantation once more, calling on the spirits of the past to aid them in their battle. "Spirits of the past, we call to thee. With this offering, we set you free. May your souls find rest in the light, and may the darkness take flight." The air crackled with energy, and the ghostly figures of the wronged spirits surrounded the friends, their eyes filled with determination. Wilhelm von Brunn stepped forward, his gaze fixed on his spectral form. "Wilhelm von Brunn, your time has come," Wilhelm's voice echoed through the night. "You have wronged many and caused untold suffering. It is time for you to face justice." With a final burst of energy, the friends and the spirits recited the incantation together. The air around them seemed to explode with light and sound, and the ground shook violently. The horseman's spirit let out a final, anguished wail as he was consumed by the light, his malevolent presence dissipating into the night. The friends stood in stunned silence, their hearts filled with a sense of accomplishment and relief. The curse was truly broken, and the trapped spirits were finally freed. The air grew calm and warm, and a sense of peace settled over the forest. In the days that followed, the friends reflected on their harrowing experience and the lessons they had learned. They had faced unimaginable horrors and emerged stronger, their bond deepened by the shared ordeal. The town of Sleepy Hollow celebrated the newfound peace in the forest, and the friends were hailed as heroes. The forest, once a place of fear and darkness, was transformed into a symbol of hope and renewal. The friends worked together to clear away the overgrown vines and repair the broken paths. They planted flowers and created a beautiful garden in memory of those who had been wronged and trapped by the curse. The friends also created a memorial for Wilhelm von Brunn and the other spirits, acknowledging the pain and suffering they had endured and the tragic events that had led to their haunting. They hoped that by honoring their memory, they could prevent such tragedies from happening again. As time passed, the story of the Headless Horseman became a beloved legend, a reminder of the power of love, truth, and the indomitable human spirit. The friends continued to explore the mysteries of their world, seeking out new challenges and uncovering hidden histories. Their story, once a legend whispered in hushed tones, became a celebrated tale of redemption, resilience, and the power of love and friendship. The friends' bond grew stronger with each passing year, and they knew that they could face any challenge together. They looked back on their incredible journey with a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that they had brought light to the darkest corners of their town's history. With the curse broken and the forest restored, Clara, Ethan, Lucas, and Ava looked forward to new adventures. They had learned the importance of facing the past and making amends, and they were determined to use their experiences to help others. The Headless Horseman became a beloved legend, a reminder of the power of love, truth, and the indomitable human spirit. The friends continued to explore the mysteries of their world, seeking out new challenges and uncovering hidden histories. Their story, once a legend whispered in hushed tones, became a celebrated tale of redemption, resilience, and the power of love and friendship. The friends' bond grew stronger with each passing year, and they knew that they could face any challenge together. As they looked back on their incredible journey, they felt a deep sense of fulfillment and gratitude. The forest, once shrouded in mystery and fear, had become a place of peace and reflection. The friends knew that their actions had made a lasting impact on their community, and their story continued to inspire others to seek justice, embrace the truth, and find the courage to face their fears. The legacy of the Headless Horseman endured, a testament to the power of love, truth, and the indomitable human spirit. The friends looked forward to new adventures, knowing that they could face anything together. The forest's transformation was a reminder that even the darkest of histories can be redeemed, and that the power of love, truth, and community can overcome any obstacle. And so, the legend of the Headless Horseman was finally laid to rest, its tragic story remembered and honored by the people of Sleepy Hollow. The town thrived in the newfound peace and unity, its people forever changed by the incredible journey of 4 brave friends. The friends stood together in the forest, the warm sunlight filtering through the trees, casting dappled shadows on the ground. Their hearts were filled with pride and contentment, knowing that they had faced their fears and brought light to the darkest corners of their town's history. They knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, their bond unbreakable and their spirits unyielding. And so, the story of the Headless Horseman became a legend, a cautionary tale passed down through generations. The friends continued to share their incredible story, inspiring others to seek the truth, embrace their past, and find the courage to face their fears. The town of Sleepy Hollow thrived, its people united by the knowledge that even the darkest of histories can be redeemed, and that the power of love, truth, and community can overcome any obstacle. The Headless Horseman was finally laid to rest, his tragic story remembered and honored by the people of Sleepy Hollow. The town thrived in the newfound peace and unity, its people forever changed by the incredible journey of 4 brave friends. The friends stood together in the forest, their hearts filled with pride and contentment, knowing that they had faced their fears and brought light to the darkest corners of their town's history. They knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, their bond unbreakable and their spirits unyielding. If you enjoyed this tale of the legend of the Headless Horseman and want to immerse yourself in more captivating stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll not only support our storytelling journey but also stay updated on our latest narratives, eerie legends, and thrilling adventures. Join a community of fellow story lovers who share a passion for the mysterious and the unknown. Hit the notification bell to never miss an update. Let us know in the comments what stories haunt your dreams or what legends you'd like us to explore next. Your voice matters, and together we can weave a tapestry of unforgettable tales. Thank you for being a part of our storytelling family.